is Jenny, and I'm a wife and mom raising 2 kids. But I used to live a more glamorous life as a TV reporter. I was on the nightly news interviewing pop stars and politicians. So when I said goodbye to TV and hello to motherhood, I suddenly discovered what we moms are up against. We live in a world that tells us to be rich and famous, thin and successful. You know, almost nobody says, "Oh, hey, you're a mom? That's fabulous." But you are fabulous, and I'm here to tell you why.
It's the Channelmom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
It's Enrique, Dan. I know you love him.
Can't go wrong.
Welcome back to the Channelmom Show right here on Mile High Sports Radio. Okay, we have a fabulous guest coming up. I really enjoy her, and I know you've probably heard her here before. I'm going to show this to the camera for our web show. Fat is not a 4-letter word. Julie Hammerstein is amazing. Her tips are amazing. She's very, very helpful to a lot of moms. I know she's a mother herself, and she just gets how to talk about this stuff in a real fashion and not sort of come from on high and not have 30,000 tips that you can't follow and not be too hard on you and not put you down. All of that stuff is true, right, Julie? That's not what you want to do to people.
Exactly. We want to build people up, not tear them down.
Exactly. So you, I know, as a nutritionist and somebody who deals with this stuff, you're concerned about the holidays and what it does to people's psyche, what it does to moms. How do they control themselves? How do they control their children? How do they help their husbands? Because typically, I think every American gets a little less, a little more out of shape and struggles with gaining weight and just eating poorly. Let's forget about the weight stuff. Just eating poorly and not feeling so great. So I know you have some ideas for preparing for the holidays. Just go for it. Tell us what they are.
Really, we have a kind of a system in our house that after Halloween is over, when you just have these bags and bags of candy, to then pick your favorite pieces. And so maybe you pick your top 15 favorite pieces.
Yeah.
And you kind of delegate those pieces out every day for the next 2 weeks. So for the next 2 weeks, you get to have a piece of candy every single day, and it's going to be your top favorite. And then the rest, depending on how old your kids are, you can put that out on the porch for the candy fairy. And what the candy fairy leaves behind is money, or it can leave behind, a little certificate of, hey, you get to spend a whole day with mom or dad going shopping or going to the movies or going to the skate park.
I like it because they trade in something that's not good for them for something that is way better.
That has nothing to do with food.
Right.
That it's just, some kind of other really fun activity that they can look forward to. So they get their top favorite candy, and then they also get this added bonus of doing something special.
How do you prepare mentally? Now, I know there are moms out there who are slender and don't really struggle a lot. And then there are moms who are overweight and feel like every year it gets worse during the holidays. And then there's sort of the in-betweeners. They want to hear something different from you, Julie, and I know that you're all about that. You're really about giving them small changes to make big differences. Yeah. How can they prepare mentally? What are some little things they can do to say this year is going to be different, and Julie has told me what I can do to make it different?
Yes, good question. And it doesn't matter if you've struggled with your weight or not. No matter who you are, if you're engaging in the typical holiday fare and the stress and all of that, on January 1, you're going to feel terrible.
Yeah.
So no matter if it's about weight or just the fact that we're going into the holidays with the idea that we are going to eat too much and feel terrible. So I say right now, today, sit down and think about how it's going to be different for you. And the first thing to think about is in the onslaught of parties that we have, and some people have less festivities around the holidays than others, but decide for yourself whether or not you're going to, 1, drink at every single event, and 2, if you're going to have something sugary at every single event. And to know in your mind that, okay, out of between now and the end of Christmas, I have 10 parties. We've got a school party, we've got family holidays, we've got my women's book club party, and out of those holidays, the ones that you already know about, choose a third of those that you're actually going to celebrate with food and, celebrate with wine and dessert.
Yeah.
And just by being mindful of that, you will make huge strides in how you're going to feel throughout the holidays, much less how you're going to feel on January 1, because you've decided that, okay, a third of those I'm going to really enjoy myself. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to have dessert. But the other ones, you're just going to enjoy some of the other food, skip the alcohol, and just enjoy the people.
Yeah, that's great, Julie, because you're not saying what the thing that people can't do, which is a full-on fast from everything.
Right.
You know, and you're saying just pick some that you're going to do and some that you're not. And I also love that you enjoy the season, the people. You don't have to do that with food.
Right, and oftentimes this is where people check out, and this is the other thing is to really make a pact with yourself, make kind of a loving agreement with yourself that you're not going to check out this holiday, because if it is stressful and you just can already feel the tension building in your body, then one of the easiest ways for us to relieve the tension is to drink more and eat more.
Sure.
And so to decide for yourself that, okay, how are you going to be present with the people that you're going to be with, and maybe your stress reliever is finding more movement in your life. And so this is the other piece. Like if you know that during the holidays you're not going to be able to get in your normal workouts as frequently or to spend as much time working out when you're there, is just to commit to 10 minutes a day.
Right.
10 minutes every single day where you are walking, where you're doing something, where you're increasing your heart rate, because that, out of anything I'm suggesting, is going to help relieve the stress and get your endorphins going and allow you to manage stress more healthfully.
Well, you're a nutritionist, so people say, oh, well, Corey, 10 minutes a day, 7 days a week, that's 70 minutes. Will that really make a physical difference for them if they commit to doing that?
It's not so much, it will make a physical difference in that it's going to help relieve stress and increase, healthy hormones that will promote better sleep. So to me, it's more of a stress reliever.
And they won't necessarily need to turn to other things, I guess, is the point.
Yeah, so that's more kind of the mental health piece. Now, if you also, let's say you're used to working out 5 days a week, and you just know, during the holidays you're not going to get that much. Well, a lot of times people just black or white. Okay, well, if I can't get my 5 days a week, I'm not going to do it at all. So I just, check out during the holidays.
Oh.
Rather, do 3 days a week and, do it longer periods of time, 3 days a week, so get it in 3 days a week for 30 or 40 minutes. Or what really will make a difference is 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, I am a 5 day a week girl, and I'm a little bit of an exercise Nazi. I hope I'm not misusing that term, but it's just true. And last night at 8:40, I did my exercises because I know I don't feel well if I don't do it.
Right.
What about this? What about, I'm just asking you because you're the expert, what about incorporating a weekly walk, like an hour-long walk, into the holiday events? Like, I know my family gets together on Christmas and things and says, let's go on a family walk, and we go for an hour. Could you incorporate things like walks or hikes into family holiday time?
Right, that is a fabulous idea. I love that.
Thank you so much.
What a great way to shift the paradigm too. That it's not always going to be about food. It's not always going to be so food centric.
Right.
But let's change it up a little bit, and especially with your kids on the holiday breaks, get outside, go to the park, go for hikes. Walk places more. Especially if you live kind of in an area where you could walk to the store or walk to go shopping. And it's just, but you have to make a commitment to do that. Like, it all sounds great, right? Like we're talking, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But what's really going to inspire you to make that decision and to kind of push the envelope a little bit. And that is where I want, I really encourage people to sit down, especially this weekend, as we're on the forefront of the holidays, and define for yourself, like, really sit down and think, what do you want to wake up and feel like on January 1?
Yeah.
Truly, like, what is the feeling going to be? Alive, vital, vibrant, not hungover.
Not guilty. Yeah.
Just prepared for the year, and really have a vision of how that's going to feel, and really feel like that sense of accomplishment, like, oh my gosh, I just made it this whole time during the holidays, and not once did I feel horrible.
Right. We've got to wrap up, Julie. So just tell people, what you're up to, that they can, your book and so on, your website.
Yep, so they can go to my website, juliehammerstein.com, find out more events that I'm going to be doing. I'm doing a lot of health presentations. This is, again, a big time of year to be focused on the immune system, so I'll be sharing some presentations where I'll focus on ways that you can do that, including incorporating Juice Plus into your diet. Yeah. And we'll also be starting my new class called The Source, in January, so you can get some more information on that, and it's all about empowering you and helping you to live your life by design.
Awesome.
So looking forward to all of that.
Well, wonderful, Julie. We're so glad to have you, and we'll see you again soon, right? You'll be on very soon.
We hope so.
Okay.
Great to hear from you, Jenny.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Julie, really enjoy her. The author of Fat is Not a Four-Letter Word, and she gives a lot of seminars to help people out. And right now, very quickly, before we end the show, I have a wonderful tip for busy moms.
Hey, Mom. Feeling too busy and a bit overwhelmed? Would you like a shortcut to raising great kids? Try out our Channel Mom's tips for busy moms.
Right on, Daniel. Thanks for changing the music. Okay, this tip is for relationships. If you're married, engaged, even divorced or widowed, you never know when you might need this particular advice. Here's something I've discovered in 22 years of marriage to my fabulous, wonderful husband, Michael. I've known him since I was a little girl in nursery school. It may sound traditional, but it is the truth. And I think the truth, when said tactfully, can almost always help you. It's called the lesson of nice cars and clean toilets. I've come to discover that what one very popular book says, called The Good Book, is that men need respect. Now, when I see another friend driving a nice car or moving into a fancier house, it is not a good idea for me to ooh and ah about those things. It's not even a great idea for me to comment on a nicer house down the street that maybe is for sale that I think I might like to buy. Now, that is not because my husband does not get me nice things, but I have discovered in my life with my other girlfriends and myself that when a woman talks out loud about wanting the nice things over and over that she does not have, this can make a guy feel like that what he gives or what he provides is not good enough for her. Even if a woman brings in her own salary, if she's asking for other things or hinting at other things or saying other people have nicer things, it can make a man feel disrespected. It's just the truth. I don't care how conservative it sounds. I don't care if it sounds like I'm not feminist enough. It's just absolutely true. It belittles men. So, likewise, let me admit this. My wonderful husband went out and purchased toilet cleaner a week or two ago and cleaned both bathroom toilets, Dan. So do you know how I felt? Like I'd failed as a wife. So
Hey,
this thing,
I clean toilets, so.
well, good for you. You'll make
Good
a
for your
wonderful
husband.
husband, I guess. So anyway, it made me feel bad. So this thing can cut both ways. Alrighty, you're listening to the Channel Mom Show, where we're celebrating you on Mile High Sports Radio, AM 1510, FM 93.7. Please watch us on channelmom.com. And next week, we got something very special we've created to celebrate every mom out there. It's called Celebrate Mom Day. And we're kicking it off at the Chick-fil-A on the border of Littleton and Lakewood, right there on Wadsworth, just south of Bellevue at 5260 South Wadsworth. We're going to be doing a live radio cast of this show. Please come and put your kids on. You can be on, and also nominate your Channel Mom of the Year. We're so excited. I'm so thrilled I get to meet you, so I can thank you personally for what you do as a mother. It's so important. All right, have a great week. Thanks for tuning in.